Happy flying.
Are you still flying around old school analog FPV on the fence about how good is DJI's digital system? Well, stay tuned because this one might be a game changer. G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, what we're doing, we've got one for you guys out there who are interested in DJI Digital. It is the Dji Nebula, and let me tell you, it is getting very, very exciting at the digital end of things in the FPV world. If you've been seeing these things fly around and you haven't tried FPV that's digital before, go out and do it because it is absolutely glorious. You know, the feed that's beamed to your eyeballs, every single time I'm blown away. When I get to see that DJI footage, it looks gorgeous, but a big complaint a lot of people had was, look, it's still just too big. You know, we've got the original air unit that came out. Hopefully that's in the roof shot. You can see that's on top of my 5-inch just here. Then Cadex teamed up with DJI. They made the little Vista unit, which is here, but it still used the original full-size camera. Now, what we've got, you can see it in my hand, 4 scale, we've got the Vista unit and also the little Nebula camera on the front. So this is getting one step closer to having some smaller FPV systems that are gonna be digital, that can be beamed straight to our eyeballs that we can put on some of our smaller craft. Things like this little one, they're flying around pretty cool. You can go watch a video of this. This was like the Eachine DJI Whoop kind of thing, a little card you pull up there. That was using the Vista, but now we're here. We're gonna be finding out just how well does the Nebula camera go. We're gonna break it down, look at the text and the specs, and then most importantly, I'm going to find a little craft and I'm going to install this bad boy so we can see just how well it goes. First things first, let's stick it on the scales, and the whole thing is weighing 24 grams. So 24 grams right here. We have a micro camera, we have our receiver. This can also be a receiver, and it is our VTX. So camera, VTX, and receiver is weighing, I think, what did I say, 24 grams right here. And if you just weigh the camera itself, I believe it's about 6 grams because we've got a couple of extra wires. I don't really want to unplug it because I don't feel confident in sort of slotting those ribbon cables back in, all that sort of stuff. It's got a 2.1 millimeter lens on the front, and I've got to say, I am fairly excited to fly this thing around. It's going to be beaming back some 720p signals to your screen, so that's the resolution. The whole unit itself, you can get either the camera, I believe, I'll link that down below, as well as the air unit, or you can get them combined together. You do not get a little adapter when you buy it this way, so that is one thing to consider. If you want to hook this into your normal quads, you're going to need a little adapter because look, it is a tiny little camera. It's 14 millimeters. I think that's the size of the micro cams, 14 millimeters, and overall it is just going to be a lot of fun. This is what I've been waiting for. Tiny little cameras that are going to do HD that we can put into some really small crafts and go cruising around somewhere where normally we couldn't be exploring with some onboard HD. So I'm going to try and find something I can put this inside, inside a little craft that I can fly around indoors and find out just how well it goes. That's kind of getting towards the dream of FPV. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to put it in a craft right now. I'm going to go and find something, and then we're going to go for some flights and show you just how well it handles. This is still just a first look. I will be doing a bit of a comparison between the 2 cameras and the 2 air units, all that sort of stuff a little bit later. This is just my first little look where we pretty much hook it up, put it in a small little indoor craft and go flying around. So that's what it's all about. So let's go have some fun now, and I guess not really in the field, but it'll be in the house, and see how I go in 3, 2, 1. Right, so here I am. I'm with my little assistant indoors, ready to do some flying. Okay, have you got your goggles on? Alrighty-o, so we've crammed in the little micro nebula, or nebula I should say, into the Cine Eye from GEP RC. It looks absolutely gorgeous. DJI in the palm of your hand. Let's take it for a spin and find out how it goes. Have you got your radio?
Yes.
Okay, let's fly some drones.
Yes.
There we go. My daughter's pretty excited about going flying these things. She does love them. But here we go. We're going to be flying around indoors. We're using the Cine Eye from GEP RC. I'm going to link that down below as well. It was a fairly easy mod. I just hooked this straight up to the voltage. I didn't put the OSD or anything through it like that. But I don't want to be judging the craft flying around too much because that's not what this is about. Yes, it doesn't fly as great as the Mob 6. But what we need to remember, we are flying HD digital inside my house, flying it around like a little tiny whoop, having some fun cruising, and this is just blowing my mind. It is like a dream. This is what we want. If you want to do some FPV, look at the footage you're going to be getting back. This is what you're seeing right now is not a HD recording. This is the exact footage that is beamed to your goggles, to your eyeballs. This is why pilots love DJI, and now it is here in this tiny little form factor. I got to say, it is definitely kicking some goals. A lot of people are going to be liking it. So if you're out there and you're thinking, gee, is this the one for me? This might be a DJI in the palm of your hand, the one that pushes you over the edge to make make you kind of push the button and say, yeah, this is kind of looks like what I want to be doing. Now, look, it's not perfect. I did feel like in some of these really bright situations, I was getting like a little bit of shimmering or ghosting in the middle of the image. I'm not too sure what that's about. I'll do some more testing. I don't remember that being apparent on the larger full-size cameras, but I never flew the full-size cameras inside, so I can never tell. I'd have to do a bit more research on that. You can see my fantastic clippers right there. But overall, this is the exact footage that's beamed to your goggles. It's not a HD recording, nothing like that. I think in a moment, my daughter's going to shine some lights or a torch at it as well, just try to replicate the sun a little bit. But overall, this is what it's about. This is going to be the future of our hobby. This is where we can finally get some good video. And probably my favorite thing as well, if you have a bunch of mates who all have DJI, you can all fly around at the same time. So I'd love to know, what do you guys think? Did you ever think that this was going to be possible? And overall, the light size of the camera and the tiny form factor is definitely going a long way in our future, and it's only a matter of time before they might even be coming out now where we get some actual dedicated tiny frames that are running on a 2S that can fly these things around. So overall, I got to say a huge thumbs up to Cadex and DJI. They really look like they're doing some good things for our hobby. Here's my daughter. She's about to shine the torch. I was like, yep, what's this like? Pointed at the drone. You can see that's how it's going to be handling some really bright situations. You do get a little bit of shimmering and the lights are flickering a little bit. And I don't know, maybe I'm just noticing that more because this is high def and I'm so used to that analog kind of footage. But yeah, I got to say a huge thumbs up. And if you are considering getting digital, or maybe you've already got a digital set of goggles, a little craft like this so you can fly around indoors is going to be a huge plus. So I'll link the GEP RC Cine Eye down below as well. It was a very, very simple and easy mod that took about 2 minutes to install. So overall, I got to say a well done to DJI and well done to the guys over at Cadex.
Well, is the Cine
I
beam?
want to do something like right to there.
Okay. You want to work on this?
No, I want to do something to it.
Can you just hold on a little bit? Okay. Rightio, so there it is. There's my review of the Cadex Nebula, and overall I got to say, this is the future. My little assistant here insisted that she come and film, otherwise we're having a tantrum if she couldn't be here. So yeah, we're stuck with a bit of help today, aren't we? And overall, I got to say, it's a thumbs up. I really like it. I'm excited where it's going to be in the future. I can't wait for the actual Vista Air unit to get a little bit smaller, because if that happens, then I can see a whole range of a lot of micro whoops coming out and flying around, having a lot of drone fun, won't we? Yeah, but overall, I got to say a thumbs up. I like the small size of the camera. If you're interested, what I actually used was the Cine Eye. I'm going to link it down below from GEP RC. It was a fairly easy mod, pretty much plug and play. One thing I didn't like with the whole air unit itself, it didn't come with a little camera adapter. I did need to put a little extra adapter in to make the camera actually a little bit bigger to fit in the front of this camera. And then the other part is I couldn't change it from 16:9 or any of the camera settings in the firmware. But that might change in the future with some firmware updates. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, can you say happy flying?
Happy flying.
There you go, happy flying. Is that good?
Yeah.
You want to work on your laptop now?
Yeah. And I'm going to do something to it.
What are you doing to it? What have you done?
Doing something to it.
You doing some work?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
It's making the few batteries.
Oh, changing the batteries. What color are batteries when they're charging?
Red.
What color when they're ready?
Green.
That's right.
Happy flying.
Rightio, so there it is.